Where's the Queensland spirit now?
Shareholders, welcome to the Off-Field Drama Podcast. I'm Sauce.
I'm Berkey.
And here we are, episode 76. And we didn't know that, did we?
We didn't, no.
We didn't know that.
This is... We needed to check what episode we were because there's been some big developments.
Yeah, huge revelations, huge additions to the pod today. He's not on camera, but we've got our man, Trelly. Our own Dior, which we've decided to call it.
We've changed the name to Pass It to Trelly.
Pass it to Trelly. So we're going to say send it to the Pitt.
Send it to the Pitt.
Pass it to the Pitt.
P-I-double-T.
Pass it to the Pit.
Let's pass it to the Pitt.
Pitt to the Pit, whatever.
Trelly,
Yeah.
welcome aboard, big fella.
He's got a mic in his mouth. We're going to let him talk at certain points, but we're not going to make it easy.
No, we're not going to make it easy, but Trelly, let the shareholders hear you.
How are we, fellas? Good to be here. Really good to be here.
You're a long time listener?
I as I said to you, I'm a massive podcast man.
Yeah.
And it gave me a fucking migraine having to listen to him dribble and not know what he was talking about. So I said to him at work the other day, I said, mate, I got to get on and just type some stuff up for you so you don't fucking dribble.
Yeah. Well, we need.
Same topic lasts 20 minutes. It could be done in 5.
Yeah.
That's
we
right.
need someone to move us along if need be.
So I'm not going to say too much.
Which is unusual for you because shutting you the fuck up is hard at the best of times. So, and look, shareholders, it is a privilege that we do finally have a researcher.
Yeah. We had a few reach out. Nothing against you, but we needed to vet the right person.
All applications were reviewed.
Yeah, always.
And thoroughly too, might I add.
Yeah. As I said, I wouldn't, if you picked a bunch of names out of a hat and you picked Trelly's, you'd be pretty happy.
We'd be happy. And look, the Pitt's a great name.
You'd be kind of happy.
Well, I tell you what, he's got a head that's great that we don't have him on camera, shareholders.
Absolutely.
He's got a head for pods.
Holy shit, he
doesn't get a camera spot.
He's got a head for the Pit. So shareholders, get used to hearing the big fella because it's a pleasure to have him on, and I can't wait to see what he's got to offer because shareholders, if you don't know, he's now a colleague of mine and I've only recently taught him how to right click.
Yeah.
So watching him use a laptop and using it in quick time, we're asking a lot of the big fella.
He might be able to teach you how to record a full pod.
Well, the good thing is now, if you happen to go away, the Pit then comes into the driver's seat. Can you produce?
Are you going to produce?
I'm going to have to work it out because he can't do it by himself.
And like you said, it's happened twice now. We've gotten the momentum of the pod going.
Correct.
2-3 weeks without it. The shareholders don't like it.
No,
I don't like it.
No, you're right.
You don't like it.
I hate it. No, I hate it. But anyway.
You just can't handle it, bud.
Look, I'll give it my best crack.
You mustn't hate it too much.
I'll give it my best crack. I'm a bit like J-Mac. I'll find a way to weave through. I'll be 3 wide, no cover. There was a horse that ran on Saturday, shareholders, that I needed for a large sum, set to shine if anyone backed it.
Yeah.
Actually, a Tony Gollum thing. And Angela Jones, I know you're a huge listener. Sweetheart, when you've got 15 metres to use up the rail, just don't be afraid to use it.
AJ,
Angela Jones.
Sounds like a politician.
Too, so it makes it a bit frustrating.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, so anyway, let's rip into the pre-season because we're underway there.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say just quickly before we do, we got another big listener, not just AJ, but not Mr. Forex, but
yes.
He enjoys a few. On? Yeah.
So I had the privilege of going away with Clubs Queensland last week up the Fraser Coast. Took my talents to Hervey Bay, which is a place I'm not too familiar with, and then got on a Greyhound. When's the last time you've been on a Greyhound? Went from Hervey Bay to Bundaberg. Anyway, pulled up beside this legend of a bloke.
We'll call him Wooly.
Huh?
His name's Wooly.
Wooly?
Wooly.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll call him Wooly. He knows who he is. And I was sitting beside him at dinner at the, where was I? Or was it? I was at some golf club in Hervey Bay. And apologies, I should know that. And he goes, I said, what do you do, mate? He's like, oh, mate, I'm the state manager for Forex. I said, oh, really? I said, you sponsor our potty. And he goes, huh? I said, mate, you're a major sponsor of off-field drama. He's like, what the fuck's off-field drama? And I said, mate, like I said, you're a sponsor of our potty. Anyway, I told him the potty, and he was like, really? I said, yeah, do you know Pat and Adam? He said, yeah, they work for me.
There's two Pats, and there's Pat. Shout out to Pat and Adam, who are our guys.
Our gurus.
They're shareholders.
Massive share. And Tibia Cup, they're great blokes.
Yeah, and Wooly has another boss who's Pat.
Right.
There's Pat number 2, or he's probably Pat number 1, respectfully, because he's his boss, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, he went for a walk the next day, came back and said, Berkey, I fucking love the potty, mate. And I said, well, I love you sponsoring the potty.
Was he for real?
He for real, mate. So, mate, Wooly, as we're calling him, we won't because we don't like giving out people's names for privacy reasons. Yeah, well, that's right. Yeah. Everyone knows him. Yeah. But, mate, happy to have you on board. Yeah. Love 4X. Currently drinking some 4X Ultra.
Yeah, well, you're drinking a Stone & Wood, which is owned by 4X.
Oh, beautiful.
You know?
I wasn't sure if I could bullshit there.
Just about 60 bill.
Tell you what,
only took 60 bill.
Trelly's happy. The Pitt's happy to have a fucking beer on a Monday.
Trelly, I just fucked that up. You need to pull me up on that. I said 60 bill. That ain't right.
No.
Find out what the acquisition was for 4X, for Stone & Wood from 4X.
I don't know if...
I think it's 600 mil.
Yeah, that's a good call.
But Broncos,
Broncos. So, look, and Pitt, while you're at it, I'd love to know what the price is for the Bronx, because I know we're going to truck them and truck them hard.
The Dogs?
No, the price for the Bronx.
For the season?
For the season.
Yeah.
Geez, I'll tell you one thing. Before we obviously gargle what the Bronx did in Toowoomba, the Titans looked bad.
I actually put $100 on them. I'm not on the Bronx. I'm not going to lie.
To what?
At $2.50 or something.
To win what?
To win that trial against the Titans.
They were paying $2.
Yeah, bro.
You've got to be better than that.
What are you talking about?
Pass the mail my way.
Sorry, it was a late one.
250.
Yeah, it was 250 to 260. Trell stepping in any time here with that acquisition.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was about to say that you can't just ramble on for another 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, we can. You can just pop up later. The shareholders got it in mind.
500 mil.
500 mil.
So you weren't far.
Yeah, 4X bought Stone & Wood for 500 mil from that small. They were down in Byron Bay. But anyway, now we move back on to what we were talking about.
And the Broncos are 850 with our friends at Sports.
That's
they
brilliant.
are.
That's
Yeah,
good
now
work
good
from
friends. They haven't budged.
Yeah.
They have. Storm is still at.
Storm 385, Penrith 480.
That's fucked.
Worth noting that the Pitt is a big Storm man.
Big Storm guy. They're gonna get better.
They looked. How did they look on?
No, they didn't.
They don't really give a shit about trials. Bellyache doesn't care.
No.
Yeah.
They went to New Zealand and took fucking no one. Cam Munster was at the golf in Adelaide.
I did see Money giving Cam Smith a worn Maroons jersey.
Yeah, well, he likes Cam Smith.
With his manager, the great Braithen Aston.
Yeah, shout out to BA.
Yeah. I got to say, though, that game, the Bronx, paying whatever, $2.50 plus.
Jeez, that's a good
Titans were like $1.70 too. And I looked at the teams and I thought, they've only got, like, they didn't take Tino, RCG, Kieran Foran didn't play.
Nah, Foran played.
Oh, he did? Well, they had AJ Brimson as well.
Pretty much everyone,
Bo Firma, Fafita.
They're fully staffed.
Both their wings. They just, I feel like they were like 18-0 down, and I think that Desi just rotated and had all the young kids on it. It was 50-12.
It was shocking. Every time the Bronx would score in the first half, that set coming out of their own half, Titans would give away a penalty. Yeah. We just marched down the ground. Most concerning thing from the Titans is the missed tackles.
Yeah.
Close to 50.
Yeah, it was Desi's birthday as well.
It was Desi's birthday.
What it was, I watched the whole game. The enthusiasm is what won the Broncos the game, of the young kids coming on thinking or wanting to prove themselves and actually try and get a spot, especially who's that second rower? Not Gajewski. He played but didn't have a lot of minutes.
Piakora.
Nah, the other one.
Jaden Hunt.
Mate. He fucking killed it.
He's a tearaway.
I didn't know he was that good. Like, he was playing against Titans third graders, but he played unreal. Billy played pretty good in the halves.
I would have wished that they would have taken Jock Madden off and given Cody Black a bit more of a run.
Well, didn't he come on it?
He came on and he kind of did some things.
Bit late though.
I kind of just let through to
Corey
Gilly.
Pay scored 2 good tries.
Corey Page scored 2 good. Pretty crazy the cattle we had on the bench.
Yeah, Tyson Smoothie also.
There's just a lot going on for the Kia Brisbane Broncos.
Yeah.
And happy birthday, Desi. How old is Desi?
Desi.
Because he'd be getting on.
Desmond.
Talk about fucking up your coach's birthday.
Yeah.
64 he turned yesterday, the great man.
The great man. Who else are we impressed with? We all caught a glimpse.
The young fullback, Latrell Siegwalt is his name, I think.
No, but across the games, I tell you what, the Dragons are like an aged care home, aren't they?
They won though.
Yeah, Clint Gutherson. So the Pitt over here, there's a few people like the Pitt that just think King Gutho's the king.
Yeah,
I don't think that. He's better than what you give him credit for.
No, I can't stand it.
Berkey was talking about how slow he was. The poor bastard played with a torn quad.
Yeah,
last
he
year.
had some injuries
fuck
last
me,
year.
mate.
Well,
he was carrying that bloody dreadful Parramatta side.
Parramatta will not be coming last in 2025. Can we all agree on that?
I agree. Who do you think will come last, Joe?
I don't know.
Yeah.
My one take I got out of probably watching yesterday was the Dogs. I
Yeah,
think they
you
might
said that.
take that last top 4 spot.
Really?
It's wide open when you think about it.
You reckon?
I think they got the defence.
They didn't play like their first graders,
but
really.
I mean, I saw enough of the DNA.
Trell was circle
I saw
jerking.
enough of the DNA. Did you just say that?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Mate,
As I said to Samuel, I said to him, mate, I watched very little rugby league over the weekend because I can't really get into these trials, right?
I like it. Personally, because you see the next gen.
Yeah, but
Oration.
So that's what I'm getting to. The Dogs had a fucking halfback who was just belting every bloke that ran to
Was
him.
he the Solly guy?
Nah. There was a guy that looked like Payne Haas too. I could have sworn he was out there.
Yeah.
I tell you
Jesus
what,
Christ, they look the same.
nothing gets me going 6 to midnight more than hearing Dan Ganane in my ear
Yeah, he's
Sunday
good.
afternoon.
He's good.
Like, he just know we're less than 2 weeks away that we're in Vegas.
I want more salty, Peter Pasoltis. He's a big Caxton man.
He's a good local derby shout. Like when he's commentating like the Bronx Titans, it's very good.
He does a lot of the Q Cup games. Like he's like the king of Q Cup commentary.
He's a massive good start to us winning just an early M1 derby.
Absolutely.
Just telling our little fucking brothers to shut the fuck up.
There was another thing I took out of yesterday, and Wayne Trelevin, Big Trell.
Yeah, where's the
another
shareholder?
He pointed it out to me, but I mean, you couldn't fucking miss it. Was how good the deck looked at Jubilee Stadium.
Yeah, I didn't
It was
watch
like a bowling green, mate. Go have a look at it. It was insane.
Better than Arana Leagues?
Yeah, you were given that a rap the other day.
Mate, Arana Leagues might
That's just
have...
because you're trying to get them.
Mate, I dead said I could put my balls on Arana Leagues and it'd wash them.
Arana Leagues is a great league, Z.
Great leagues,
Yeah.
yeah.
West Arana, Panthers, is that their thing?
You couldn't get...
Lots of pokies.
Yeah.
Good pokies.
What's
Okay,
the,
listen, Trell, just calm down. Just sit back in your pit and just...
This guy could get on a slot right now.
yeah.
He could absolutely chime
Just-
at a slot.
I want to
Pit
go grab
Viper.
another tube.
The
by
Pit
way,
Viper, yeah.
if I can.
What about, so we took away that you guys think the Dragons are looking okay. Doggies have got a halfback that can tackle, which is something the Pit's not used to.
Yeah.
Broncos looked classy.
Yeah, you can't take anything out of trials. Like if
Sharkies.
to being serious, the Warriors are on top right now.
Well, let's
Won
talk about the
2
top
games.
4. Let's talk about the top 4 because obviously the Pit thinks the Dogs are going to come in.
Nah.
And I couldn't disagree more with the Pit. So if the Pit could shut the fuck up for the
I
next
wouldn't be
5
surprised.
minutes.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I also wouldn't. I wouldn't put them there. I'd go Bronx, Storm, Panthers, and honestly, like you can't get rid of the Sharks.
I think the Sharks too.
And Manly, like Manly will honestly surprise you.
Congratulations, Saucy.
Yeah.
You've just read out the market order of the grand final.
Yeah, where's the Bulldogs?
He's done some research.
Where's the Bulldogs in
himself.
that? 7th?
No, they're around about.
Sixth?
We've got Cronulla 13s, Manly 16s, and Canterbury at 17s. So,
Yeah.
and then the other one that are going to get better, of course, the South Sydney Rabbitohs. With
Yeah, they
Wayne
will.
at the helm.
Not sure. I didn't think.
Nah, I don't think so.
Well, I don't
They're not
mind
gonna be as
Rabbitohs.
bad.
They're not
What
gonna make the
I'm-
eight.
What I'm concerned
make the
about
eight.
is the 7.
Not
Wait,
gonna make
what?
the eight.
The Rabbitohs aren't going to make the 8.
Rabbitohs aren't making the
come
eight.
in,
That's a
give me
big
hand.
call.
Yeah. How much?
Let me
What
have
do
a
you-
look.
what do
Just
you
give me a
want?
How much?
Well, give me I'll take Rabbitohs in the 8 all day.
Who they got? Latrell?
Wayne.
Cody?
Wayne's
Wayne,
back.
I love Wayne, but
Wayne's
they're
back
but
in the
they're
burrow.
not making the 8.
Jeez, that's Saucy, you can get even money. That's not that. Jeez, that's robbery from Sportsbet, our friends.
Who's your smoky then to get in?
The Titans. I've said that.
I'll go
Yeah.
you bet Rabbitohs finish above the Titans. How's that from a month?
I'd rather not make that bet because both teams could make the 8, and I would then be upset.
No, well, not both of those
Bet's
teams
for
aren't
it if
making the eight.
I honestly
I'll tell
don't
you
think
that right now.
there's not room for them. There's not room for the Rabbitohs in that 8.
What you've always got to do when you get into these discussions prior to the year is you've got to work out who's going to come out of the 8.
I do love Wayne, but who's he coached the last 2 years? The Dolphins?
Yeah.
Have they made the 8?
Well, I mean,
No, they didn't make the 8.
No, they haven't made the 8 either.
they
Yes, they're a new
finished pretty
team.
Good for
Yeah.
a new team.
Pretty good is making the 8 though.
No.
Who did he coach before that?
Rabbitohs.
Rabbits.
Where'd they finish?
They ran second.
Yeah. Appreciate
Did they?
Pitt.
Yeah, they got beat at Suncorp by Penrith.
Nah. Nah.
Check that, Pitt.
Check that.
I've got a feeling
That was-
Pitt's
that was-
onto it.
that was like-
Oh, I didn't research
That was like
it
20.
either. I'm
That
gonna
was
look
like
a fucking
2021.
idiot.
Yeah, Trelly, you've said too much. So if this is wrong, it's got to stop. I'm being serious.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, this is 2021. So your maths ain't right. I don't know.
2021.
Is it? No, it ain't, bruh. First year of the Dolphins was 23.
Just check.
Who was
last
Wayne?
time.
Who was Wayne coaching in 22?
Just check. I'd be shocked if they didn't make it. They had a pretty elite
Yeah.
side.
Commencing in 2022, Bennett joined the Dolphins as head coach. So I actually think
They
I
didn't.
think he didn't coach anyone.
He had a
in
year
2022.
off.
Okay, so then 2021.
So
they,
shut the fuck up,
Yeah.
Sauce.
well, they did. It wasn't their last 3 years, so he didn't coach. So that's what I'm trying to say.
Well, you're wrong.
No, I'm not. I'm not right, but I'm not wrong. He hasn't coached a team in the 8 for the last 3 years. Am I right or wrong? I'm
Well,
right.
you're essentially you're right,
Yeah, but
but you
that's-
year before that,
year before that, did he make the finals in 2021?
20,
they got beat in the grand
2020.
Yeah, yeah.
The Storm won, but 2020, where'd they finish? The Rabbits.
Jeez, we're going back in
Yeah.
the thing.
All right, we'll move on from that anyway.
Yeah,
after
we'll
Trell
get
just says it.
on. While
But-
we're talking league, let's talk about someone that's taken their talents from league to union. Sualihi,
Yeah,
Joseph.
for the Tars.
For the Tars.
I missed that game. Did they
From
win?
all report, yeah, they won. They won on the Hooter,
Yeah.
the big unit on debut.
Oh, the big fella. Yeah,
Big
Yeah,
fella,
yeah.
and what I actually loved about the big fella, and love to get his name, Pitt, is they interviewed him. If you saw after the game, he was so deep in signatures. Now this was outstanding from the big fella. He was given back because he said that he remembered when he was a kid.
Yeah,
He
that's-
appreciated.
that's good gear.
So just good to see, you
Yeah.
know, the shoe on the other foot.
Ben Donaldson also scored a game winner in
For the Force?
For the Force against Pacifica, Moana Pacifica over there, which I actually did tip Pacifica, and then he scored at 83, 84 minute, like almost inside his 22. He gassed someone, and it was a great try. Kid's got speed. But
You would have loved to taken the overs total points in every game. I think
Yeah.
you would have landed it.
The-
Not much defence in Union these days. What's happening?
that's good though. The two did the Brumbies win? Who did the Brumbies
Yeah,
play?
the Brumbies beat Fiji, first
Yeah,
Australian
so-
team to win in Fiji ever.
Oh, that is.
Are you serious?
That's a
Yeah,
good
absolutely.
fact.
That's a great stat from
Yeah,
you.
they're
Pete.
hard
and
to
we,
beat
that's
over
the
there.
sort of shit that we need from the pit.
The Reds had the bye, so that's 3 from 3 for the Aussie sides.
Yeah, that is. We are
Yeah.
red. And who do the Reds have this week?
They got
The
Moana Pacifica.
Yeah, Moana. Yeah,
At home?
at Suncorp this Friday. this Friday,
Friday
6:35
night.
Australian Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, and the Caxton is officially back.
Yeah, we're officially back.
So-
we didn't go anywhere, but we're
Well,
back.
you never went anywhere, but there's that little break in between.
Wrestling was good.
You had a couple of Raw
talk us
games, didn't
through
you, Stella?
that.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Yeah,
anymore.
no,
Yeah.
you're lucky to get anyone in here for a bit of finger food for the Raw, let alone a fucking beer.
They all get fucking one beer and some soft drink
So
and then go
talk
to the
us
game.
through
They get
that
shandies.
wrestling.
It was fucking interesting, dude. We had Alex Glenn and Daniel Vito. Do you remember Daniel Vito?
Yeah.
Played for the Broncos and Raiders. He went to WWE after he didn't sign for the
Tell us what his WWE wrestling name was.
Zion Quinn. Yeah,
God.
they just by Zion now. But he was so the first match was kind of shit. Second match, third match, it got better. There was a hectic, like extreme one where this guy was getting staples in the head. They were stapling fucking $5 bills to his head, and he won.
Wait,
he
like
won a match,
legitimately
legitimately stapling, like using a stapler and stapling $5 Aussie bills to
Well,
his
like
head.
Michael DeVere in Origin.
Yeah, yeah.
What?
Yeah, so he had $5 bills in his head, walking around, and just
Bleeding.
it was dude, it was kind of hectic. And then I was like, last match,
Any
everyone was
HIA there?
probably you'd
Gotta
have to
be
you'd get
10
in a ring
minutes.
like that at 40 years old, you know.
What
But the
the
guys who
fuck?
organised it were great. Rock and Roll Wrestling. The last match was a 3-on-3 tag team match with some guy, can't remember who he was. He was tagging. He was in the team with Daniel Vito and Alex Glenn, and it was actually a cool match to watch. Like, it was really fucking
So how
entertaining.
it's all pre-rehearsed?
Yeah, they were kind of rehearsing it before, or like when we got here. I got here at about 5. Lights went up at about 6:30. They're a bit late, actually, 6:30, 6:45, and then it finished by 8:30. It was actually like
And how
an interesting thing to
Like, I
watch.
mean, we obviously had a bigger crowd than the Raw get in the car park, but what did we get?
350. They reckon they
Good,
got.
that's good gear for a bit of WrestleMania.
25 a ticket, 25 a pop.
Yeah, well, way to go. I mean, talk about the Caxton really just exploring all avenues.
That's what you got to do when there's no
Not
footy, dude.
just a great Queensland pub, but now we host the Vino. Is it the Vino? What's David Vito's name? Is that what they call him?
Daniel Vito. His wrestling name is Zion.
Oh, Zion.
Yeah. Oh, we had that guy Jaden Lang here.
Who's he?
Jaden, he's like
He's
a
an
TikToker.
influencer.
Yeah. Someone said he was having an argument with his missus upstairs.
And Schooner Scorer.
Scooter Scorer was here.
Now
it's been a hell of a week, dude.
Hell of a week
Hell of
for
a
the
fucking
Caco.
week on socials.
And then we get to end it with We Are Red.
Yeah. Well, we get to start in
Well,
the
actually,
week.
what we
back
did.
to-
So
yeah.
I'm expecting. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm really going to delve my toes into Super Rugby this year.
Yeah, so
just
am
with
I.
British and
So am
Irish
I.
Lions.
I am too, because the Reds as well, like I've been saying, they're going to fucking go well.
Tars have got to be the Australian team to beat.
You reckon?
Yeah.
They're on paper.
Their team is insane. But
Yeah.
they only just dealt with, who was it, the Highlanders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have luckily this year, sometimes they've taken it to Townsville before. It's been on Good Friday another year. The Reds vs Tars are at Suncorp.
Yeah,
which
I'm
will
fucking away.
I hope they get about 30-40 for that
You'd
game.
expect so.
If they're both going well, there's no reason they can't get 40,000. Yeah, I'd
That'd-
love. That's a definition of love to see it.
and
Like,
definition of Super Rugby back.
yeah, I think as much as
In
I'd
the
hate
home
to
of
admit it,
running
that
rugby.
losing the Rebels is probably a good thing.
Great thing.
It really
Great
is.
thing.
Like, I
'Cause
don't think.
depth.
Yeah, all of the Rebels players, or most of them, have come back to the Reds because they all used to
Have
play at
they?
the Red. Like Daugunu, I think we've got. Just double check Daugunu.
Tongan,
Yeah,
the
he's
Tongan
back.
Thors.
Tongan Thor's gone.
He's in New South Wales.
Yeah, no, isn't he overseas?
Nah,
He's
no,
Waratahs.
he's at
You're
Waratahs.
fucking
He
kidding.
started for
Yeah.
the Tars last
I
week.
didn't know that.
Yeah, he started
I didn't
with
watch that.
Tars.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, no, I won't kid you, mate. I'll be honest as I
Well,
can.
we got Lucan Salakai Loto. He used to be at
Good
the Reds.
Jeeps, man.
Yeah.
Is he a
No,
good
he's South.
galloper?
But
South.
he's now put himself down with South.
Yeah.
And his last
He
game,
played at
I
Logan
believe,
too.
was- yeah, I know.
Do we
Yeah.
have a team sheet for this Saturday or
Nah,
Friday?
It's
It'll come
Too
out.
early.
It'll come out. It's probably team sheet Tuesday.
Gee, it was fucking weird seeing O'Connor run out for the Crusaders.
Yeah, he played well too, from
He did.
what I heard.
Off
we,
the
we
bench.
watched a bit of that.
Yeah, we did get a
We whacked
glimpse.
it on in the office, which was awesome.
There was a try that had 2 chip and chases in
Yeah,
it.
it was a cracking.
Great game of footy.
But Will Jordan, speaking of what Sterlo just said about how they saucy.
He's talking a lot.
I
He's
don't-
talking
No,
to
I'm
Pete,
just
so-
talking like Stello wants Stello
He's
didn't like the
comfortable.
Rebels. Will Jordan actually wants a draft. He wants everyone to be able to play everywhere.
Oh, now that's it. Now talk us
And he's
through
like
that.
he's probably like one of the best All Blacks at the moment.
Yeah.
Wait, so
The
you're
winger.
saying that they would do a Super Rugby draft?
Yeah.
Kind of like Big Bash. Actually, while I've got you on Big Bash,
Exactly like the Big Bash.
a shareholder wants me to bring this up with you, and he's a shareholder that's of great importance. Oz Stadiums have come out and just provided the 2024-2025 highest sports crowds. Now, I know we've got the Pitt, but sometimes the Pitt just needs to shut the fuck up and let me do my own fucking homework, which is going to be tough for him already. Have a wild guess where the NRL stand.
Yeah, they're not above the AFL. I know
And
that.
guess they're not above someone else. And this was alarming.
Cricket.
The Big Bash.
Yeah, I was going to say they're consistently getting lots of
So
numbers.
the Big Bash averaged 22,000. Well, almost 23,000. NRL averaged 20,000.
Yeah, did they have Origin?
AFL just came straight over the top, as they do, like Fangirl did on Saturday.
It's a superior
with
sport.
38,000.
NRL is a superior sport.
NBL.
It's a better product.
This is actually going to shock you lot. The NBL, well, actually, to their credit, they don't have stadiums big enough.
Yeah.
NBL finished last on 7,000, just below the A-League on 9,000, which was below Super Rugby on 10,000. The A-League should be absolutely ashamed that an NBL where what's the Brisbane Convention
The Brisbane
Centre
Bullets.
holds?
Yeah, they'd be 15. You can look it up.
Yeah, that's the job.
Yeah.
Pete.
Yeah,
Don't-
sorry, give me more notice next time.
The soccer is the one that surprises me there.
Who?
The A-League.
A-League.
Yeah, because they get like 50,000 of that Melbourne derby.
Yeah, but then
And
they'll
that
get
just brings the
5,000
average
here.
up.
They'll
They
get
don't
5,000 here.
5,000 the Cauldron. They couldn't even put
Yeah,
a
they
comma
do.
in
No,
front
they
of it.
do.
No, they can't. There's no
But
way.
you can't tell me if they played Big Bash week in, week out, the crowds would be the same. It's just a good sample size. They play it. They jam it
Yeah.
out in school holidays. It's over and done with quickly.
Okay. Okay.
You and the Pit
Back
are
to
gonna
you,
be-
Sauce.
I'd love to hear from shareholders what they think about this. The dynamic here.
You and the Pit are gonna have work. Yeah, anyone catch while we're talking about a bit of mayhem, the Canadian versus American hockey game?
Nah.
3 punch-ons in less than 9
I
seconds.
saw something actually.
3 punch-ons.
I saw an NHL post and I didn't actually watch it. And the caption was something like, "Oh, a bit of an exciting week or something." I wish I watched it.
Mate.
Yeah,
And you know the funny thing
bit
was?
going on this week.
Mate, they had the ref mic'd up.
Yeah.
And the player who just got in the punch on goes up to him and, let's say his name's Brian. He goes, "What'd you think of that, Brian?" He goes, "Unreal."
They love it, dude. They
Love
let it go. It's part of the
Mate,
sport.
Drop the gloves.
They give them about a minute or two, and as soon as someone hits the ground, because it's dangerous, they can get cut, hit their head or whatever, get a fucking ice burn. They let it go, and then they go, "You're in the box."
Until
You're
they
in-
fall to the ground.
Yeah. You're in the box, and they just
Yeah.
get penalised. And it's like a strategy that each team has like a big
They have
hard
the
man.
puncher,
They have a hard
yeah,
man,
hard
and
man.
they try and take out the better players, like the Wayne Gretzky's or whatever, like whoever
Correct.
the good players are. But then, like Wayne Gretzky's team would have a hard man who is there to protect him,
Go hard.
kind of thing. Who would you imagine that in
Yeah,
rugby league?
that's a good-
Let's go rugby league talk.
Let's
here.
talk it.
So let's say Queensland, New South Wales, right? Who would you want as your hard man to take out Cleary for Queensland?
Well, and you have to expect him to have 10 on the bin.
Like Gordy, yeah, like Gordy's happy to go. I'm gonna flog old mate, but I know I'm going to get 10,
guy's
15.
always put his hand up for a
He
bit
has
of that.
strategic, yeah, historically,
Tino's
yeah.
been pretty good.
But would you come in? Would you have someone that's usually not in the side that you reckon can throw down?
Oh, I see
Do you know
what
what I
you're
mean?
doing.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, let's talk about that. Are we talking current?
Go current or past. Doesn't
So
matter.
really you actually want someone that isn't state of origin level, technically speaking, because
Correct.
this is someone that you actually isn't going to
You
make
just-
the team, but he's just making the team.
Yeah, so they've got an 18th man for this occasion.
Right, so we need Queenslanders.
Cleary's having a blinder. He needs someone on.
So who's...
Billy goes, "Hey, Corey Hawkesbury, get in the ring."
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's your man, isn't it?
Corey would probably have a pair of knuckles in his undies.
Shit. Well, how many weeks did he get for that punch on in New South Wales Cup? He didn't get that many.
Yeah.
He's your man, Corey Horsburgh.
I think there's better. He
You
cried.
reckon?
He cried one time. Ryan Madison made him
There's no way
cry.
you're picking him.
Yeah, Ryan Madison made him cry. I love Corey. He's a Caboolture boy, but
He's a soft cock.
he cried.
We don't like crying.
He also broke his foot that game, I think, which he might have been crying about too.
Who loves it? But isn't that good? Like in theory, that's what it is.
Yeah. It was like Mark Geyer.
But he's
pretty good. He's
was
pretty handy.
good.
A bit of like a Greg Bird, you know?
But he was pretty
also
good.
pretty
You've got to
good.
think at like an average level.
Yeah. Hence why I asked you the question.
Yeah, I know. I think Corey Horsburgh's a great.
It's a good example.
It is a good example. I'm just trying to think of people that aren't of high quality that just love to throw down. But
Oh, you know who I'd pick for New South Wales? Jack Hetherington.
yes,
Jack Hetherington looks like he can throw.
he's the
So-
perfect
Yeah.
hit man.
Yeah.
Perfect hit man.
Queensland, who have we got?
What about Luke O'Donnell? Remember him from New South
Yeah,
Wales?
he was one of my favourite
genuine
players.
nutcase.
I used to hate when he played for New South Wales. Hated it
loved it.
because I was like, he was very good.
Hodges was always up
Yeah.
for it, wasn't he?
Yeah, was he? Or did he? Yeah, he made Ben Craig shit himself.
Yeah, Ben Cray. That was
Yeah.
still one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Ben Cray running
that'll
away.
never get let down.
The leadership from Darren Lockyer there to not only kick for touch, but then to say, gents, I'm putting this one up.
Yeah, game was out of reach.
And we are just going to fold every motherfucker that's wearing a Blues jersey in your way.
I reckon he hated Kurt Gidley.
Well, Kurt Gidley, I mean, the old saying, you kick him like Kurt Gidley. Like, talk about one of the great sledges. Like, think about
Who
that.
said that?
Yeah, I don't think that's a saying.
You're kidding.
No, you can't make that up.
I say
you can't
that
make
all
that
the
up.
time.
You're kicking like
You're
Kurt
kicking
Gidley.
like Kurt Gidley.
Yeah.
Mate, I thought that was just part of the English
Yeah,
vocabulary.
he tried, old Kurt.
Yeah, he never good. His brother had a great flick pass on him.
Yeah, you know where they got it wrong, New South Wales one year. It's just baffling. Like they named Kurt Gidley their captain and then started him on the bench.
That's exactly right.
like, are you fucking kidding
You
me?
don't do that, do you?
Like, yeah, and then they
you,
wonder why they don't get it.
You don't-
They wonder why.
you actually don't do that.
Gotta say, this is almost legend of the week territory, but shout out to old Christian Welch who retired.
Yeah, we do raise our we do raise our cap to Welchie.
He hurt, apparently he had a
Big
real
RLPA guy, Welchie.
yeah, loves it. He bit of union about him.
Bit of what?
He'd be like a union guy.
Yeah,
you
he
know?
does. He does give a bit about
Yeah.
that. Not the most liked bloke, I think, in the players'
Not?
dressing room.
No.
No, I mean from a.
All the teams.
I think wider teams. I'm not sure.
I think a lot of people in his team liked him.
Oh, I think they all loved him. Yeah, allegedly. I'd love to have you on the couch too, Welch.
I actually played with his brother at Norths, Terry
Did ya?
Welch. Yeah, Terry wasn't very good, and he'd probably be the first to say that. But
Terry Welch.
Amongst a few
Yeah.
others to don
Yeah.
the North Eagles jersey.
like who, Trelly? Like who, Pitt?
Everyone
Fuck
that
up.
plays.
Fuck up.
The old. No, can we get? Do they do it? Can you bet on? I mean,
Yeah, you used to be able to bet on
North
yeah.
Eagles to come last in the Hospital Cup or Host Plus.
This is a true story. I probably shouldn't say this, but there was a period of time on Sportsbet where you could actually bet on Hospital Cup games, and it was round one, and Norths had this stacked side playing at Bond. They were paying like $10. Like I don't know who comes up with this market. Like they didn't know the team list. Norths had Carmichael Hunt playing. Correct, Carmichael
Yeah,
Hunt.
that's huge.
I think Duncan Payawa, who was playing for the Reds for a bit, had a few other signings and stuff. Gareth Ryan used to play, and all of them loaded up on it, and they flogged them. So
they?
someone put like $1,000 on it or something. Like
It is fucked. Like
Yeah.
the money you can make in that.
it was like, but they were all. I don't think anyone bet on them, like players bet, but they got. I don't know. They got other people.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's
Probably shouldn't say that, but
you're opening a can
yeah,
of worms.
it wasn't. Yeah, it was all above board.
We need to give a shout out to the South Australian government for locking in Live Golf. I don't know
Yeah.
if you caught eyes on that, but that is a sensational tournament.
It's a good Adelaide needs it because there's not a lot up in there. It's a
There
good
isn't a
advertisement
lot.
for Adelaide.
Great advertisement for Adelaide, but mate, it's like a festival.
Yeah. How many days ago? 3 or 4?
Three.
Yeah.
Fisher played last night at the end of day 3.
Yeah.
Dom Dollar, when did he play? Day 1 or 2?
I think he was Saturday.
Yeah, so he was day 2. And it is on for young and old that Patrick Reed hit the hole in one,
Yeah.
which is
Oh,
just
yeah,
at the
I saw
watering
that, yeah.
hole. And it was just big
Yeah.
hands flying. I need to bring this up because the reason I bring this up, and I'll talk to the both of you here. So Patrick Reed hits a hole in one, which, you know, social media, everyone can't believe it. And this peanut of a shareholder comes back to me after I said, "Did you see it?" And he goes, "A par 3's too easy these days."
Who on God?
How far was the hole?
It wasn't that far, but he's insinuating that as professional golfers, the expectation should be hole in ones. Now, this peanut, if he's listening,
Yeah.
has lost the plot completely because the golf ball, tell me the width of a golf ball.
Yeah. I think he's looking up how far the hole
And
was as
also
well.
how wide a hole is.
Yeah, the width, the
To
diameter.
hit a ball,
Circumference.
a circumference, beautifully said, Saucy, into a hole that's 170 metres away,
Yeah.
fuck off.
Yeah. I mean, just say, could you do it, bro?
No, and I can tell you what he couldn't.
Yeah.
But there's I played golf yesterday at St. Lucia and hit 4 pars.
Yeah, right.
And that felt impressive as a nut yesterday.
No, when did I ask?
Oh, you're a fucking wanker.
That's impressive, I've got to say.
Thank you.
That is
yeah.
quite impressive.
But the live golf's great. I think OFD should go down for a trip.
We should next year. Use the card.
Use the
Use the
card.
card.
Well, you might have spent
Yeah.
all the cash by
You know
then.
what I did? I got a coffee today with it.
Of course you
I'm
did.
gonna lie, yeah, mate. I was actually thinking about that. I'm gonna fucking use it because I am currently the producer and editor
Mate,
of this podcast.
Next thing you know,
Not for
the
long,
pit.
brother.
happily let you take over.
Mate,
It's been 75
Just
long
don't
weeks.
give us the card on a Friday when we go to lunch at 12 o'clock.
I'd be happy for you to use it.
The pit will have a card. The
Not
only-
you, Pitt, but Burke.
Yeah, but I'm in his hip pocket on a Friday at midday.
Mate, we do need shareholders. If there's anyone out there that wants to create snippet videos for us, we are willing to pay.
Yeah,
Okay, that's what the money is there.
it's got to be
for.
good gear, but
We want, resumes through, but please send through your resumes. Anyone who's in the digital media, social media space,
Yeah.
we would love, because Saucy over here, if we keep it at this,
Season's about to commence. So it's
there'll
only-
be no cash for Berkey.
Yeah.
So, let's dig.
you can use the card.
I've cut the card up.
See, that's silly.
No, because that's
Because you know you'd use it.
That stops us for using the money for the reason.
Yeah, you have to be around big fella to use it.
Huh?
You have to be around
I'm
big
going to
fella
need
to
to
use
talk
it.
to Wooly and say, brother. But yeah, they're like Sinner got suspended.
Yeah, I
Yannick,
saw how
3
many,
months.
Yeah,
Doping.
yeah, but like they let him do the Oz Open.
Yeah,
And they
there's a
knew?
bit of controversy there.
Yeah.
So what's the go? Are they saying politics?
Well,
Because I'm hearing politics. Nicky Kyrgios, aka the king of Australian tennis, has absolutely fed the proof.
I don't think it's long enough
No, it's not long enough.
because it sets the precedent where you could. How long is it in between each tournament?
Well,
3 months.
What's the
be
next?
3 months?
Maybe,
There's 4 in a year, so it'd be 3 months. So you can dope prior to a tournament.
and then you just come
Play
back,
the tournament
play
and
the
win.
majors.
Get 3 months suspended.
Do it
just
again.
train. You're not playing any ATP, and then just do it all year round. You're only getting suspended from match play for
Mate,
3 months.
The prize money you're making.
Maybe
off-
not. Yeah.
I mean, can you tell us what good stuff he put in his system?
It was...
Speaking of the mic, Pitt.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
It
I
was
know you're new to it, but
Cluster bowl.
Yeah.
What was it?
Cluster bowl.
And what does that do?
Yeah, can you?
I have no idea. No, it was he reckoned it got in his system from a massage that he got off a trainer that had the cream on his hands, and it got into his system.
What, he was
somehow.
getting an R&T or
I
something?
tell you
Yeah,
what,
well, it might have got into the old third.
He was in
eye.
Thailand.
I've had some massages from some Thai places, and I've not left with any cluster bolts. But I also,
You've left them with some clusterbolt.
But I also can confirm I haven't been tested for clusterbolt post. I tell you what, I've left with a bit of 6 to midnight, that's for sure. But yeah, no, that's bullshit from Yannick.
Yeah.
Because with all due respect, we love on off-field drama. We're all for a bit of fucking off-field drama, but that's cheating the system.
We're all for R&Ts that don't have clusterbolt.
We'll go 6 again with R&Ts, but you got to leave an R&T with no clusterbolt.
Six again and 6 to midnight.
Have as many R&Ts as you like, Yannick. Was she putting the? You know what she might have been doing allegedly? She might have been putting the clusterbolt up his dot.
Why?
Well, how else did he consume it? Because what she might have done, she might have that good oil with that clusterbolt in her fingers, and he was asking for a bit of deep tissue.
Do you reckon he wanted
I've seen this
reach
before.
around?
No, when he's getting into the backside of the ass, and then Yannick said, "Give me more" in Italian, and so she's returned serve.
How do you say "give me more" in Italian?
Yeah, I don't know what "give me."
Maybe it sounds like clusterbolt. Maybe he was like. Clusterbolt.
So, Australian Open champion Sinner has always said that clusterbolt entered his system when his physiotherapist used a spray containing it to treat a cut.
Male or female?
Then provided massage and sport therapy.
Yeah, Yannick, you've got to get your story straight there because no one's buying
He's twisted
that.
it. He's twisted it.
And way to put it on the physiotherapist too. She would be unemployed.
It could be a male.
Or he.
Yeah.
Oh,
could be
sorry.
A bloke.
Did we not get gender? Or was it a they?
Nah, it's either he or she.
Is it? I don't know.
In my books.
2025's different, brother.
Yeah.
I know. We're treading a fine line there.
No, I feel like we're not anymore.
Well, I mean, I'm 6 again with all of that kind of stuff.
Mate, I will say, I do love, shareholders know I love a good Netflix series or movie, doco, whatever, have you be. The OJ doco.
Dude.
Have you watched it?
Started at 1 and then started fucking carked it.
I binged it and went to bed at about 4 a.m.
Talk to me because
So
the first... Geez, the footage is fucking...
It's unreal,
intense.
Did you know about it prior to...
Correct.
Did you know... You would have being an American,
there's about 50 different docos. I can't believe they can still do docos on it.
Yeah, I agree. I thought this one was a bit repetitive, but it was just so good. Like, you know how it was like they'd find... something in the crime scene and they'd be like wasn't used in the case. Like so many things that they missed. I liked that.
What is in the doco they talk about that?
Well, how it wasn't used in the court case.
Right.
Like remember they found or they'd find like the medicine. Oh, you're only episode 1. I can't.
Whoa.
Sorry. Well,
Crikey.
Some of the shareholders.
sorry,
as well too.
Yeah, sorry, shareholders.
That's
Anyway, watch the doco, and if you think he didn't do it, you're a fucking idiot.
I walked into the documentary knowing full well.
Apparently, he said at the end of it, if Nicole, which was his ex-wife, didn't arrive at the door with a knife, she'd still be alive. Now, if that ain't saying you killed her.
Wait, repeat that to me again.
If Nicole didn't turn up to the door, because he went to her house, she didn't answer the door with a knife, she'd still be alive.
He's lost the plot. He's dead,
dead,
isn't
yeah.
he?
He's dead. Died in 2024, yeah.
And died of...
Fuckhead's
Viagra
disease.
And...
I don't care. He had cancer.
Did he?
Yeah, he's a fucking
wild
scumbag.
Times back then, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like seriously, the fact you could just murder your ex and just roll up to court.
Got away with it.
Not guilty.
Got away with it.
He died of Jack Dancer.
He died of what?
Cancer.
Cancer.
Yeah.
He didn't
What did
have...
you say, jacked cancer?
Yeah.
Jack Dancer.
What's that?
Just a saying for cancer.
I've never heard that.
Some of the shit that...
He was prostate cancer, I think, too.
Was he?
I think so.
Did he go up the diddle?
He probably got it in prison. Because he did go to prison eventually for burglary.
Did he?
Armed robbery. Yeah.
Really?
In Vegas. Yeah, he had all this sports memorabilia. And
the fuck was he trying to steal?
Or someone had it and he stole it or he wanted to get it back and went to a room in Vegas and with guns and he got 44 years in prison but got out after 9.
44 years
Yeah,
in
they said it was a
prison.
bit of a get back for getting away for murder, but he ended up only doing 9 and got out on parole, but then died. So
Jeez, you can get away with some shit these
anyway,
days.
great doco.
Yeah, dude,
I was very like into it. Like
yeah.
yeah.
Been watching a lot of maths.
Same.
Mate.
Haven't watched this week's one, but
Mate.
maths is good.
Pitt watches it.
No.
Or doesn't watch it. We won't be passing
Yeah.
it to the Pitt.
Who's your favourite?
Well, I love the blokes, and this is what shocks me because I would really
I love the
embrace Intimacy Week. Some of the blokes on this show that have shied away from Intimacy Week.
Yeah.
I mean, I just question why.
Who's the bloke that's seeing a Fina? Adrian. He's a weirdo,
Mate,
man.
those eyebrows have got a mind of its own.
I don't trust him.
No, I don't, mate. Well, did you see she was rubbing his inner leg under the dinner table?
Serena.
Yeah, who
whatever.
it might be the horniest female running around.
That's been on the show.
Well, and there's been a few.
Yeah.
But it's always funny watching these peanuts go to work.
We'll move back to some off-field drama.
Crazy.
I fucking hate that in this day and age you have to apologise for things, for saying things.
Such
right?
as?
Or doing things that you shouldn't have to apologise for. Okay. So Joe Ofahengawi after
this is good off-field drama.
He dacked what's his name? Who's the fellow that just signed for the Eels?
Zach Lomax.
Thanks, Pitt. He was doing an interview or on the sideline interview with Lara Pitt or whatever. No pun intended, Pitt. But he got dacked by...
Took a minute for the Pitt to get that.
He got dacked by Joe Ofahengawi. Just taking the piss.
Great
just
footy.
having some rugby league fun.
Yeah,
just fucking having a laugh. And he was forced to apologise.
Which is a goddamn disgrace.
Why? Like, who are we apologising to?
And also, too, the camera was waist up.
Yeah.
Almost chest up.
Yeah.
So no one got a fucking catch of Lomax's fucking small little package.
It was just because it was a female reporter, I believe.
You reckon?
Absolutely.
He's probably wearing skins.
He had white undies on which stayed up, is what I'm reading here.
Exactly.
Oh,
So-
and
Did she laugh?
I'd imagine she didn't
She
know
had
what to do.
she had a chuckle.
Do we
probably.
know if Pitt is batting for what team? Because that tends to be a major issue in these scenarios.
It has nothing to do with it. I
No,
just think it's
because-
bullshit that he has to apologise to the public. But
Yeah,
also,
okay.
the Philadelphia Eagles, when they won the Super Bowl, they had their Super Bowl parade and party and whatever, and it was live TV, and they're going on the stage one at a time, like all their main players, and they're swearing. They're going, fuck yeah, thanks to the city, Philly, we couldn't have done anything. And then cutting over them is some reporter in Philadelphia or wherever, say, on CNN, and she's going, oh, we have to apologise for that, live TV. And like one guy says shit, and she cuts over it and says, oh, we have to apologise again for that.
that's
And I was
right.
just
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
who are we
yeah.
apologising
Yeah.
to? Like, who? Like, it's a swear word.
And it's
Like,
live television. This is TV.
It might have been in the morning and kids are watching,
it was
which
during
I
the
get, but
parade.
like,
It was during the
what are we?
parade.
Who are we appealing to?
Yeah, that's
like,
right.
who are we apologising to, dude?
No one.
Like, it is 2025. Come on.
And as the great Conor McGregor would say, I apologise to absolutely nobody.
Yeah,
I think that's what
but he swore
said.
as well, which was
Well,
good.
fuck you then.
I don't know. I just didn't. I just hate
I
that.
agree with you. I mean, I would like to work out because I think when Chris Gale said don't
That was a bit different.
Oh, that was
was a bit
different.
different.
Right,
I think it was a bit
It was super creepy. He, like,
super
doubled
creepy.
down on it.
Yeah,
he
and
did double down on
and
it.
it was like, what's the word?
And we know what Chris Gale's intention with his sword was.
Well, that's why it was also a bit creepy.
Whereas Joe Ofahengawi's just
He's
having a
mucking
bit
around
of
with the
fun.
boys.
Mate, the guy's debuting. Well, you don't even know if he played.
Zach Lomax.
But he's new at the club. It's culture.
Yeah.
It is rugby
It's good
league.
to see it. Yeah.
Like, this is rugby
Should have
league.
maybe been in the locker room, probably, but wasn't next to the fucking field. Yeah, it was.
While we're talking about rugby league, we need to talk about Queensland's latest glamour couple.
Hammer and Jamie Chapman.
And this is where we'll get into this. You're missing the one that I'm talking about.
Before I forget, I have hectic news, but I can't say it on the pod. Remind me to
you
tell
are-
you after.
you are
Remind me to tell you
such-
after.
you-
I asked if I could say it, but I can't say
the
it.
Shareholders are going to
Yeah,
kill
I
you
can't
for
say
this.
it. I
Our
can't
DMs
say
are
it.
going to be flooded
Yeah,
now.
I can't say it.
Right, well, you can tell us this.
Yeah.
This is off air.
It's insane.
Well, I'm happy to listen. So, Paddy Carrigan and the great Bronte Gildea,
Yeah.
who is something special, they're on. Now, do you know Bronte? Or are you
Nah,
just
she's a
looking at
reporter,
me?
isn't she?
She's
Channel
a-
9 News,
Channel
normally late on the weekends, I believe.
Yeah, it does the sport,
Yeah.
the sports bulletin. They've rekindled.
Well, her profile's about to go. Up.
Well, and now that she's
Escalate.
getting aired on OFD, I can
Yeah.
only imagine that the shareholders will return.
Shout
soon.
out Paddy and Bronte.
So what we need to talk about is some of the great Australian couples.
Yeah,
so
okay.
we've got Bronte and Paddy Carrigan. If Paddy Carrigan's not fucking man of the match by the first 5 rounds, I'd be shocked.
What do we say? If you're happy at home, you're happy on the field.
And,
And, the words to live by.
Live
you know?
by. So I can only imagine things are good in Carrigan's. Burley home, I believe he's in Burley.
Palm Beach, Palmy.
Palmy.
Yeah.
Well, things are good in Palmy.
Palm Beach,
things are
London.
good from fucking
So-
Red Hill to Palmy.
Yeah. And anything along the way. Before you, I just, we hadn't spoken about these shareholders, but you tell me a better glamour couple than Michael Clark and Lara Bingle.
Well, and
Do you remember that?
that we do.
Do you remember that?
There was some great photos that those two did. I think Lara Bingle, she might have done a Sports Illustrated or was it Playboy back in the day?
Don't know.
Mate,
Sophie Monk did.
did she do it? What?
Yeah.
No,
I
Sophie-
swear she was in pads and like an Australian bikini.
Probably.
Lara
She was an
Bingle.
Australian promoter.
Yeah.
Australia,
So we've got the Hammer and Jamie Chapman, Bronte and Paddy Carrigan, Fowler and Cleary,
yeah.
Fife and Nat Fife was dating that Elise Perry at some point. She's actually been with a few stars. She was with that rugby player,
Matt Tamua.
Matt Tamua.
Yeah. Matt Tamil was a good looking bloke too.
Very.
I believe those 3 are probably the only 3 at the moment that are actively as a powerhouse.
Yeah.
Unless the Pitt can come with us.
Any ones from the past?
Well, there's been some greats from the past.
Has it got to be a sports person and another sports person?
Well,
Is that the criteria?
Bronte's way of getting into that criteria is she's a sports journal.
Quade Cooper and Steffi
And
Rice.
Steph Rice,
Steffi girl.
who's one of the great
Catholics all of a sudden, or Christians.
Bible bashes
Yeah.
of all time. So I think she's found herself with someone in Dubai.
Dave
or
Warner
something.
and his missus. Wasn't she an
Dave
athlete?
Warner and
Candace Warner.
Candace.
What did she do?
One of the great punishers. She she was an Iron Woman.
She was.
What? Oh,
She was
Iron
a
Woman,
Nutri-Grain
okay.
Iron Woman.
Okay.
But she found herself.
Not a lot of skill, but a lot of endurance.
And Lutzi and Seabong.
Yeah, that
But
was his
I'm
longest
just
relationship.
not sure what Lutzi's
Well,
athleticism
yeah.
in sport would be. He considers himself a track and field expert. But
That he has no he has no
Yeah, he has no
prior
yeah.
anything of.
I actually would love
He's
to.
a pickleballer.
I'd love to question. Yeah, he is a pickle. I'd love to question what Lutzi was up to on Sunday because I saw some footage and it was very interesting.
If Chapman and Hammer have a kid, how fast is that thing going to
Oh, dude.
Well,
You'd want shares in it.
and does she play or he play for New South Wales or Queensland?
Queensland, got to go for the
You'd
dad.
think Hammer, if he's going to get the job done, he's going to do it north of the border.
That's a big point. Got to be born. They take into account where you're born.
And Hammer probably does most of his work north of the border.
Yeah,
Because she actually plays for the Titans.
Correct.
it'd be all above.
So it's all north of the border when it comes to those two.
Yeah.
And same
That's
with
an exciting prospect.
it is exciting, and Bronte and Paddy's exciting. What we need to entice Mary Fowler and Cleary for a Whit Sunday holiday and get them busy.
Yeah. Up north of the border.
North of the border.
Yeah. Well, she's a PNG. She's
then
from PNG.
cancel their
So
flights.
PNG is part of Queensland.
They are. Is
They
she
do say.
PNG?
Yeah,
Is
she's
she?
got some
Yeah.
PNG in her. Yeah.
Totally. We'll cancel their flights.
Charlotte Kaslik and Louis Holland, the
There
sevens
you go.
players. Yeah.
That's an active one.
Athletic couple.
Yeah.
Very athletic.
I was talking to someone about this the other night. I harp on about it. I reckon she's the most underrated athlete in Australia.
Got another cracker.
Go on.
Elise Healy and Mitchell Stark.
That's huge, to be fair. That's huge. Isn't there...
That's bowling top of off, and then your missus is catching the cricket ball.
Yeah. Who else?
And she's handy with the gloves and bat.
A few more footy players.
Oh, you're missing another one, and I'm not sure what's between the ears of this couple, but Elliot.
Elliot and Millie Boyle.
Yeah.
Elliot and Millie Ball. I mean,
Yeah.
you'd love to know the IQ between those two, wouldn't you? I mean, and that's no disrespect to Millie. I know she's carrying it, but what's his Adam Elliott? Are you talking about a bloke who should have the nickname Brains like Corey Oates?
Do you know him, do you?
Not personally, but I've seen enough to make an opinion. And he is as fucking dumb as a doorknob.
What if he's
bloke.
listening, bro?
Allegedly, Adam. Love to have you on the
He'd be one of
pod.
those blokes I reckon you'd put in for New South Wales to get the job
He'd
done.
be
Just
the sort of bloke
to take out Walshy.
He'd be great.
He'd be a brawler.
He would be
Yeah.
great. Remember when he was on Fletch and Hindy and
That
they
was
stitched
so
him up
funny.
and he dead set
Yeah.
wanted to put one on
Yeah.
his chin.
Well, you would. You're stepping up. You're standing up for your missus, you know.
And that's good on you, Adam.
Yeah.
You might be dumb as dog shit, but you've got morals.
Oh my god!
You don't
I reckon
like
there's.
that?
I reckon there's a shareholder out there that's screaming at his fucking in his car or whenever he's listening about a couple we're missing. I feel like there's so many power couples.
Well,
we're missing.
Kyle Wilson Taylor, who's a jockey, and Angela Jones,
Oh.
who's a jockey. Now, Kyle Wilson Taylor.
What about Cody Simpson and the
Jesus Christ!
They're on the rocks at the moment, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what we're seeing in the.
On the
Oh,
blocks
really?
or on the rocks?
The Pitt's hearing that.
Yeah,
There's
that's good for
rumblings,
me.
but he's denied it. But
Who?
as you do,
Cody.
Yeah, old mate.
And this is allegedly.
Yeah, he hugged
Did you
some bird overseas.
Yeah, I was gonna say he probably went back to Hollywood and
Yeah.
ran into
Yeah.
Got into
Sabrina
his work
Carpenter.
a little bit. And
Yeah, he got on Sabrina Carpenter's
Yeah,
rug.
well, there's a good shareholder who's Emma's brother. So
Yeah,
the last
Davo.
Dave, great
yeah,
man.
yeah.
So anyway, that'll be interesting news. Thanks, Pitt, for causing an absolute stir there.
not a problem here all night.
What else you got?
Can we just do knob and legend, and that's probably enough.
Yeah,
from
for
us?
sure.
Look, you don't need to play it. Look, my legend of the week, and this is going to come in the NBA All-Star weekend, and it might be the most wasted weekend in sport. I don't know if you two call the NBA or it is the actual game itself. I mean, it's just a waste of time. The best day is the Saturday when they do the skills challenge,
The threes and the dunk contest,
and the dunk contest. Even the dunk contest, even though old mate jumped over a Kia Sorrento, whatever it was, fucking good on
The
you.
G League player.
Yeah, old Mac, old 5 foot Mac. Mate, it's going to come today. Now, there was a bloke who had a competition with Damian Lillard, right? A half-court competition. Dame time, right? They had to shoot from halfway. They went shot for shot. Dame had to get 3 half-court shots before this bloke got 1 shot. Now, obviously, this is live television. It was done by the Beast, Mr. Beast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, Mr. Beast goes, we've got 1:20, so you just keep shooting. Dame had shot, he'd got 2 threes. This bloke was shooting bricks.
Wait, from half?
From half court.
Yeah,
Dame had got 2. This fucking four-eyed bloke, I don't know his name. Mate, the buzzer goes off, fucking banks it in. 100 grand.
You're kidding.
So I don't know his name, but we'll call him four-eyed fucking fucker. He banked it in for 100 grand. So, mate, you might have won $100,000, but more importantly, you're OFD's legend of the week.
I see the legend.
Jaron Barajas.
There we go, the Pitt.
The Pitt, yeah.
Jared who?
Barajas.
Jared Barajas. So if you're listening, pal, if you thought 100 grand was good, you're a legend of the week on OFD. So congratulations there. While I'm quickly talking, 100 billion views on social media. So even though I've bashed the shit out of even though I've bashed
Wait,
the shit
100 billion? Nah.
across Friday and Saturday night across social media.
100 billion?
100 billion.
Bro,
So,
no.
What?
100 billion.
I can't be more clearer than that. Another thing, and this, I mean, he can't be knob of the week.
How many people live in the world?
What?
Less than 100 billion.
1 billion.
You said 100 billion.
Sorry, I meant one. I was on that 100,000.
It's 100. It's 1 billion.
1 billion. Yeah, 1 billion views.
What did you say? 100.
Well, I meant
100
I was
billion.
on 100,000. Like, we need to give. Yeah, that's ridiculous. We need to give a quick shout out because I think it's the only thing that's been good for him since post Korea. Sam Thaiday just won King of the Jungle.
Did he win that?
Celebrity.
Good
I'm
on
a
him.
celebrity. Get me out of here.
Shout out, Sammy.
Now, one of the shittest shows that's come
I don't
to
watch
air.
it,
Oh,
yeah.
awful. Channel 10. I mean, you talk about wanting to know what views they're getting. They wouldn't even, like...
It's no maths, is it?
No, it's no maths. But King of the Jungle, Sam Thaiday, honestly...
I love
Anything that's
Sammy
being
Thaiday.
hosted by...
Bob Irwin and
Bob
that other- the
Irwin,
other chick.
like, who's trying to be the next fucking Brad Pitt, like, fair income, mate. And which, I mean, yeah, I got to shut my mouth there because
Yeah, you're getting heated.
I am getting heated.
Um,
Look, there's been some breaking news. Being a Hawks fan, this is close to my heart. Sam Mitchell caught with Harley Reid. Now you wouldn't know anything because it's AFL.
that sounded like a they were characters out of fucking
That's fresh off the
Suicide
press.
Squad. What? Sam Mitchell and Harley Reid.
Yeah, so Sam Mitchell, coach of the Hawks,
Yeah.
my mighty Pers and Wees, Harley Reid, who's probably the next biggest thing in AFL, number one pick
That's cool,
last
dude.
year.
Yeah.
They were caught together at a wedding. Now, watch this space, but don't be afraid to see, or don't be surprised if you see the next big thing playing in a Pers and Wees jersey. Come, I would say 2027. I don't know how long a rookie contract is.
It'll be about 4 years, but
Good,
he can
good.
get out of that if he wants.
Yeah, of course
He's going to
he could.
sign one of the biggest deals ever.
There
I
you
saw
go.
Ken Hinkley resigned.
No, he's got one more year.
He's a cockhead anyway.
You're an idiot. He's got one more year. at
Anyway,
the
I don't
Port-
care. He's a
At
cockhead.
the Port Adelaide.
I don't like him. When he
my
went off,
knob
when
of
he
the-
went off at that guy after they won the game.
Yeah, he had a crack at my Hawk.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
No, I didn't like that either. That was awful.
You don't do that. You wouldn't see it in rugby league. Wouldn't
Yeah,
see an
you
NRL
don't.
coach do it. Maybe Ricky, but he probably wouldn't do it either.
Yeah, I've got a feeling the Raiders are under the pump this year. Right, last week
They're
I
not coming
said-
last.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. Parramatta aren't coming last.
Yeah. Go on, but you were going to say something.
No, I'm pretty much done. While we're on the topic of winning, Fangirl was a great run on Saturday. Follow it. Lady Shenandoah.
Yeah.
Follow it. And there was one other horse that I'd be... Via Sistina was a big run. Couldn't
Big
get
run.
out. Wants further. Flemington was a bit iffy. There was a couple of things that should have saluted but didn't. You're always good for this, so you keep it up, Saucy.
Skybirds.
Mate, just I know my talents. You know yours.
That's
and
right.
Stick to 'em.
How did we think of the Pit?
Yeah, he did well. Good debut. Probably too much talking, but we'll hear from the shareholders.
I over-raced a little bit.
That's fine, though.
But,
You
I
know,
mean,
you're new to the
I'm
role.
fresh.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
first up.
He had one beer, a bit chirpy, you know.
Oh, you-
Big fella seen the bright lights.
Mate, you want to talk about a bloke who's chirpy. For a bloke that's kind of fresh in the work site, geez, he doesn't muck around, the big fella.
Yeah, good.
It's good to see. It's good, and we just got to work on his right clicking is a big thing. Copy and paste.
Yeah, right.
For a bloke. You can buy-
Samuel came back to work today a bit fresher than he was last Monday. Obviously,
He was fucked.
you guys all heard about
Mate,
it.
he was fucked.
Mate, I mean, I'm not going to get into the ins and outs of what we're required to do at our job, but he did absolutely fuck all last Monday,
Yeah.
and it was broadcasted to the whole company. It was quite
Yeah.
funny.
Do you know what
he was
I
held
actually...
accountable.
I was
Yeah.
held
Oh,
accountable.
I won't say it. Anyway.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
you, whatever you're about to say. Hey, shareholders, happy Monday. Great to have the Pit on
Great to have
board.
Pitt.
Any feedback we need? Also, we do have shirts and hats still
Yes,
up for
we do.
sale.
Not many,
and
but-
it's a great time of year to get yourself a shirt and a hat because you're coming into a period where the colours that we've got blossom
Yeah.
and they shine bright under the big lights. Good for the footy season.
Nice pants, bro.
Yeah, well, the pants, I'm glad we didn't touch on them. I copped that much shit today. I went to...
Stand up, show the shareholders.
No, I don't know if you
Yeah,
can actually...
they're just these baggy... They're not work pants, bro.
They are.
It looks
I
like
mean-
you're going to a fucking
There
like,
was a gust of
festival
wind
or
today
something.
when he
yeah.
went and got his lunch. He would have ended up in fucking New Zealand.
Big sail pants.
Shareholders, what I will say is I've got a great... what's the word? Tailor.
They're not work pants.
Brother, I work in Silicon Valley. This
Yeah,
is
no,
more
that
than
ain't
a-
it,
This
bud.
is well. Look,
That
they
ain't
they probably will go back to the closet.
Well, Trelly's wearing high tops. What do they let you get away with
these have
at
brightened up
Tender?
a little bit.
Yeah, what the fuck do they? You get away with wearing this?
Hey,
Like,
comes rich from you, Mr. Cax.
Trelly also wearing a shareholder shirt, which is
Yeah,
nice,
which is
so.
great to see. Hey, happy Monday, shareholders.
Drink 4X Ultra.
We're fucking buzzing, so this will be a good week.
Yeah,
The
it
Queen
will.
of the Spirit
We are
now.
red.
Broncos will win this week against the Bulldogs, and they'll win up. They'll
Shout out to Facey McRide and Harry Wilson, two massive
always.
shareholders.
Why are we showing them out?
Well, good luck round one
Oh, true.
for their campaign.
Yeah. Broncos will win the 100K for the preseason trial. I've got to say that.
Marty Tapau does a shitload of offloads, which is key. for
Marty played well.
preseason. Tapauia?
Drink 4X Ultra.
See you, team.